See, so we're sitting here in the Rosebud's digs here, and our digs, whatnot. And these are some of the books that I've read. I'm probably going over. I can go over this third shelf here though, and like I said, I think about a quarter of these books I maybe not have not read, but like Sudoku, this is that's hard to do. You have to have like a mind to play chess to play that game, or Minesweeper or something. And trying to get comfortable here. So just playing jujitsu. Yeah, I did. And this year I haven't read this, pretty clean practically anything. But I'd say a book that stands out among all of these books would have to be this was a good book here. This was a good book. This was a good book. This Turning Point book. Very informative book here. Learn More Now is good. I was into that learning thing. Yeah. Kill Mockingbird. These are two books you read in high school. This one and this one here. Catcher in the Rye. Now, as an adult, I'd say the better book would have to be this book here, in my opinion. I mean, that's just me. And and here's some of the other stuff here I have going on here. Here's on top of some of these what I bought for the cover, but the cover, whatever. Healthy Aging. This is a good book too. This is a good book. It's talks about like growing very old and then go into rapid decline. That's probably what I learned from that book. That was pretty nice. That was a good book to read. Staying Young. These are entertaining books. This is Dr. Oz and his associate, his colleague there. And these two books, Staying Young and On a Diet, those two books were very entertaining and informative to read. This was a good book here, Guns, Germs, and Guns, Germs, and Steel, or something like that, right? So this book here, I have to say was, it was a good book. It was like a history book. It was a history book of like the so-called New World and stuff like that, and how steel was introduced to the New World and stuff, and as so it says, right? So, it's an informational book. So some of these books I bought after I went on disability because I thought I was going to get into, maybe just like, just take up reading and stuff and like get into, I don't know. No, I mean, I was trying to do that and go back to work at the same time. I don't know what I was doing really. This is Sherlock Holmes. I haven't read this. Anybody reads this, they can probably give a show and tell about it, or a book report on it, oral book report about it, in 2 minutes or something like that. Or rather, something to that effect. Anyway, and then we have this here, and then this book here. I learned this as an adult in community college, I was a chambermaid and whatnot, about my third semester in or something like that. And this is just like elements of writing style and stuff like that. It's a handbook, Bedford handbook. And, it just teaches you how to form a sentence and stuff, and the correct way to do things. Compound sentences, where to put your commas and stuff like that. And there's another book in here, Elements of Style. I think that's what it was. And these are Learned Optimism books. These are pretty good. These are self-help books. These books helped with being genuine. This one helped in another class there. It was interpersonal communication. I learned optimism, authentic happiness, and those such books. I did extended learning units and for San Francisco State, and I think it was Be Heard Now. Freedom of speech, So, at the time, I'm not really a good orator. Orator, I don't even know how to say the word, orator, but I had it in me to go ahead and complete the the, what do you call it, the, oral part of learning, literacy is like, reading, writing, and speaking, like so much penmanship, but, well, whatever, right? So if you can do all three of those things fluently, you can pretty much do anything, and plus math. And so, plus math. Anyway, this is a CD set, it's a box set, a CD set, a complete series of the DVDs to listen to oral books or audible books, right? This year was a good book before I even started learning about it. Was about learning about the enzymes of different ethnicities and stuff like that. If you go to evolution and stuff like that, and that some people have a higher threshold for certain things. Say, for example, controlled substances or something like that, or say, I don't know, whatever, right? So, as a person that's maybe been exposed to the ideas of it, it helps me because I know, maybe it's a little too much is not enough for some people. A little too much for me, you know what I mean? So, let's see what else here. This is a good book I never finished here. This Alchemist, this is a good book. Never got to get past like the 5th page though, for some reason. I always had to do something else. Didn't read this Dick Crown. This is for Walden Books closed. Walden Books. And they closed, and that's when the books were on sale or stuff, so I wanted to grab some books. And see here, this is what I learned in the independent study course, medical billing and coding and whatnot. I thought I was going to get into something that was a little more, solitary kind of work that can keep me self-sustained and stuff like that. So I did that. And these are always good to have, and the medical terminology, Webster Dictionary, always good to have a dictionary, because, whether it be Collegiate, Webster, Meridian, or, I think the other one is, Oxford English Dictionary is pretty good to have, too. And this is what they had, one of the best sellers at the bookstore. It's People's History of the United States. You want to stay informed, you want to read a history. We buy a history book. And I bought a lot of history books before I entered school and stuff like that as an adult. But, then you want to surround yourself with fancy books, And this is a book a friend bought, you know what I mean? So I kept that book. I kept this book, Sentimental Values. And, everything like that. So, some of these other books collapsed. Same author here, Jared, and the same author, Guns, Germs, and Steel. These are two good books, bestsellers, I think, in my opinion. Just in completeness and overall, overall good read, I believe. And so that's pretty much it in the Potter series. These will be worth money in the next, years to come. So if you have the whole complete series, hardbacks, hardcovers, you're in luck. That's pretty much it right now.